Hey Capricorn, I'm here to bring you your weekly tarot reading. Let's see what the universe has for you. Wow, Five of Wands, arguments, Ace of Cups, new love and opening of the heart. Temperance, my deck is upside down. Okay, Alex, you're upside down. All right, so we have an argument, new love, Hanged Man, the Hierophant, the King of Swords, and the Temperance. Oh, this is a bumping heads. You guys are arguing. Okay, I'll take those. Yeah, this is a bumping of the heads, the meeting of the minds. And just as I said that, the Emperor and the Knight of the King of Swords, with the Ace of Swords, yeah, this is a mental meeting of the minds, a bumping of the heads, right? Almost technically like two rams, which is here represented in the Emperor as Aries, kind of coming together and bumping heads. With the Hierophant here, that says to me that possibly this is a relationship, right? Possibly even a marriage. One person did it for love. The other person ain't trying to see it, ain't trying to hear it, doesn't understand it. Excuse me, and that's okay. But it feels like you guys are dealing with a Taurus because I just did Taurus's reading and it looks just like this. Whereas there was some sort of drama or controversy or kind of back and forth struggle or tug of war related to money that was either sitting in an account, 401k, just a lump sum of money, if you will. The Seven of Pentacles represents, kind of things ripening, like something could have matured, bonds, CDs, something like that matured. And you guys were trying to figure out kind of what to do with it. And at least for right now, you're on different pages. With this Eight of Cups and the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Cups, I feel like one person, say for instance, wants to use the funds or the money to enhance the relationship. Well, why don't we go on vacation? Or why don't we do this? Or why don't we spend, right? It's almost like somebody's approaching this maybe emotionally and one person perhaps is looking at it logically. Or one person is wanting maybe to take the money and kind of quote unquote blow it, as in don't invest it, don't save it, don't, perform some sort of home improvement. One person is looking at the money from an emotional standpoint, as in, hey, this is how it can enhance us. And one person is like, yeah, I'm not feeling that. Right. And I do kind of feel like you guys are at odds because here you go with the person that these cards represents and saying, I love you and this is for us. And I acknowledge that. I don't think that's the right thing to do. That's what I'm hearing. Right? With the Hanged Man, this is somebody who is upside down and stuck and just not seeing things clearly or not seeing things, from a quote unquote normal perspective. And I do kind of feel like, yeah, somebody realizes that, yeah, you're being emotional. You're not really looking at this correctly. I love you enough to hear you and to honor your wishes, but no. Right? The emperor just kind of snuck up here because the emperor is the authority. The emperor is coming in and making all the decisions. The emperor is the king of kings. Okay? He don't need to consult with kings. He has the power and authority to override everybody. And I feel like that's exactly either what happened or what's about to happen. Right? The Hierophant is his advisor and saying, okay, well, let's sit down and talk about it. And please watch that Taurus video because I promise you it's the same exact story. The Emperor sits down and he wants to talk. Okay, let's look at the big picture, right? The Hierophant is that card, it's the big picture. The Hierophant knows how, the balances of the credit cards and what's left on the home mortgage and, what's left on little Timmy's braces. Like the Hierophant knows all of the numbers, can look at the big picture, and it's like, okay, well, let me go ahead. Let's have a sit down and let's talk about this and let's go ahead and make a decision between the two of us. And now here you come to an extent, maybe Capricorn, and saying, okay, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, no, right? And now your person becomes triggered. All this love that they were feeling, now they're hurt, right? I feel like you don't value me, and am I really? And this person is bluntly honest. They're intelligent. They know what they want. They know what they're trying to achieve. But it's like they just went from being your greatest fan to like your greatest enemy and adversary to an extent. And I do feel like with the moon card, that transformation from loving to logic, right? I don't want to say the negative energy, but from loving to logic, and they just transformed kind of right in front of your eyes. But to an extent, I do kind of feel like there is some sort of emotional undertone with this person that you are dealing with, Capricorn, right? There's some sort of emotional undertone that you, as being your logical self, a lover of this person, but logical when it comes to money and planning, right? You're like, yeah, I love you, but not your decision, right? So I do kind of feel like you guys, especially with the Temperance card and then the Ace of Swords, which is the card of clarity, right? And information and communicating very clearly, right? You see his sword, right? Because this is my after tarot. So it's almost like the tarot a couple of minutes later or a day later, or, that sword is in the ground. So whomever this is you're dealing with, Capricorn, they're stuck. Their decision is made. It's like, yo, this is final. This is what we need to do. The end, period. But I do kind of feel like, again, the basis of that decision is being made emotionally, right? Whereas you, when you're making certain decisions as this Emperor, Aries, there ain't an emotion in sight, right? So it's almost like you're making a emotional decision, or an emotionless decision. Their decision is very much emotional. When you come in and kind of quote unquote pull rank, or at least they're interpreting you pulling rank, they transform right in front of you. You hurt their feelings, you hurt their pride, they transform right in front of you. And with that sword and ground, then they become pig-headed and rigid and just cooperative, if you will. The advice here is to give it some time, right? To state your position, state your purpose. Well, you know what? Since we both can't come to a decision, how about we just not make a decision? Maybe we need to come back maybe sometime around November, December, and look at this again, right? I do kind of feel like this is a very strong case to agree to disagree between you and your person, Capricorn. And at least for right now, it kind of feels like that is the best thing to do, right? That's the best thing to do, because there's a battle between heart and mind. And good luck with that one. Let me know who wins, right? I kind of feel like, especially with that kind of battle, nobody wins and they both lose. Yeah, look at that. Confirmation. Whatever this situation is, table it. Don't try to make this decision now. Capricorn, just table it. Come back to it a couple of months later. And you will have success. Meditation brings answers. Meditation will help you to see the other person's point of view. That came out for Taurus also. No need to worry. You guys are dealing with a Taurus or somebody who has Taurus in their chart. But what I was going to say was meditate to help you maybe see this person's perspective, right? And again, seeing their perspective doesn't mean that you're supposed to change your mind. It just means that, you know what? I didn't see it in the beginning. I kind of abandoned it in the beginning, which kind of caused arguments and, we kept bumping heads. But I see your point of view now. And I do want you to know, but that just because I see it doesn't necessarily change my mind. It just means that I respect your position more. I still think we need to wait, is what I'm hearing. All right. The signs you have here are Pisces, Taurus, Aries, and Sagittarius. And then also the moon card for me as a reader is Cancer, which makes sense. Again, those deep emotions. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. If the reading does resonate, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in a personal reading, my contact details are below. I love you, Cap. Bye.